Okay, welcome to my post. Today we're going to research the t-shirt, What Happened September 28, 1919. The public burning of Will Brown. Right. Now, like I say, all you got to do is Google it or look it up online. So, I've been looking them up online. I'm new at this. Okay. Go down here to search. Okay. Now, as you can see, I already got typed in Will Brown public burning, so you can get Google it on your phone or type it in here. Okay. Now, let me go to where I got the picture from. If I can get this thing to work. Okay. Right here. How a white mob lynched a black man, destroyed a city. And got away with it. Okay, here's the picture that's on the back of my t-shirt. All right. Now, it's interesting that they added this fact. It says, human skin melts at 162 degrees Fahrenheit, 72 degrees Celsius. 50 degrees more, and the blood boils. I didn't know that. Okay. It says, within a matter of minutes after the crowd that lynched him put Will Brown into a raging bonfire at the intersection of 17 and Dodge Street in downtown Omaha, Nebraska. His bullet-riddled, mutilated body was destroyed. It was 28 September 1919, and the 41-year-old laborer had been pulled out of the Douglas County Courthouse building 4 blocks away after a mob estimated to be between 5,000 and 20,000 white locals laid siege to it. Over 2 days, won the final, most dramatic occurrences of that fateful 1919 Red Summer unfolded in Omaha because a 19-year-old white woman cried rape at the hands of a black man. Now, there's also other little bits of information in here you need to, or more history you need to also look up when they refer to certain events. Like it says, the fateful 1919 Red Summer. So we'll look that up in a minute. So, going on, here's a picture of Will Brown. I'm innocent. I never did it. My God, I am innocent. Will Brown. Okay, let's see. Inside the burning courthouse building, pleading with sheriff not to be released to certain death, Brown reportedly stated over and over again, I am innocent. I never did it. My God, I'm innocent. It is unclear, based on historical records, if he was pushed out by other prisoners, released by guards, or pulled out by the attackers. But eventually Brown was stripped naked, beaten, hanged, and shot before being placed in a bonfire. Okay. That's an unjustified death, and we should remember, especially on Black History Month. He had families. Hell, he may even be related to you. You never know. But he must not be forgotten. Okay, I wanted one more thing before we go. I want to see that, I want you to see the Red Summer of 1919. Okay, it says the Red Summer of 1919 refers to a series of violent race riot and racial tensions that erupted across the United States, primarily affecting African American communities following World War I. Now that's a little vague there. So if I can get this thing to move, where are you at? This thing to move here. There we go. Right here. It says the Red Summer was a period in the mid-1919 during which white supremacist terrorism and racial riots occurred in more than 36 cities across the United States and in one rural county in Arkansas. 36. You know, they're trying to put it nice. There's 12 in a dozen. 3 times 12 is 36. So it was more than 36 cities having racial riots in 1919. And, you know, we got the bad end of the stick. But it says it happened in the United States, 1919. Target was African Americans, attack type, white supremacist terrorists. Okay, it says hundreds of African Americans died at the hand of white mobs during Red Summer, as the summer of 1919 came to be known. But little is known nationally about this summer of violence after 100 years. Happened 100 years ago. And hardly don't anybody know about it. Or if they do, they're not talking about it. I most certainly didn't. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know nothing about no Red Summer. So, as you read the history of the unjustified death of American citizens, you're going to come into abundance of other information you was never privy to until this internet came along. Okay. While lynchings and riots were not new concepts, the sheer magnitude and frequency of events were what made the Red Summer of 1919 unique. So, judging by this, they say 1919, that's one of the worst summers we had. Okay, that's a little history on this t-shirt. If you want one, email me at kirkbrown531@gmail.com. That's kirkbrown531@gmail.com. See you on the next post.